Just a couple of things that handicappers in particular just don't seem to be able to catch on to or realize about Ability X ratings. And the first thing is that it still seems to be a really big secret, I don't know why, that the number is actually the horse's ability to run around the track at this distance. And I guess most people just don't believe that because it's impossible. So they know that. So the jig is up in the first place, and it just can't be done. So they don't believe it, which used to really annoy me, but now it's like, gee, that's a wonderful thing. And the reason being, for example, I have just a couple examples here I wanted to run through real quick, just to point it out a little bit more, or again, and hopefully you might be able to get a little bit of a grip on it. The ninth race at Saratoga, August 1st, 2012. That race was won by the favorite, and this is Saginaw. The number one post position rating is 282, not the simple pick. Pretty high early speed last for this particular distance, 6.5 furlongs, but this is a handicap, I believe, $100,000 purse, so there are some fast horses in here, and although 6.5 furlongs is not a sprint, there are some pretty quick horses in here, pretty quick sprinters, and 6.5 can go either way, but it is for me the start of where a little bit of rating needs to take place, but as you can see from the early speed of all the horses in the race, they're all fairly on the fast side, especially compared to the par, which that is pretty much average class, average middle of the road, everyday racing kind of thing. So this being a handicap with a nice purse, you could expect to find some fast horses in here. Now, the thing is, Saginaw is the favorite according to past performances, past record, and all of that good stuff, but is not the simple pick or the key horse. Those two were pretty much chosen systematically, not my picks, but systematically from the numbers themselves, and the simple pick basically is the fastest early speed in the last race with the lowest rating at that early speed, and the key horse is the lowest rating on the bottom part of the chart, or from the slower early speed last horses. And Saginaw is in the first post position with a good rating. That's a very good rating for this distance. 2-to-1 favorite, but you'll also see that it is matched in rating by number 8, whose early speed is pretty reasonable in the last race, and usually faster than the usual speed that you find at this distance in middle of the road class. But number 8 is 15-to-1, and this is basically the beauty of being able to use Ability X ratings and comprehend that they actually reflect the run of the horse, while all handicapping is based on a record and all of the arbitrary measurements of class, weight, time, this kind of thing. Speed ratings, pace ratings are all derived from time for the most part, and they're made, I guess, with a misconception of speed, but that's great for the racetracks, because I believe that they wanted to get a misconception of speed across to the public, and I think they really started on that in 1978 real thoroughly, and or around that time. And it's taken hold really well. I mean, it seems to be completely installed, completely bought by the betting public, uh, for the most part, and it gives these great opportunities. Here's a horse of relatively equal ability, I'll say at least, uh, at 15 to 1 by all of those measures, and relatively equal with the 2 to 1 favorite. So the betting opportunity there should be plain and simple to see. Uh, it doesn't mean that number 8 always beats number 1, or number 1 always beats number 8, or this one's the best, or any of this other stuff. It just means you have a match in ability and a big mismatch in odds. So there potentially is a big opportunity there. And this is commonplace. It runs throughout everything, all classes, from high to low, and everything. And they're fairly easy to find, and they're probably more so in the recent couple of years. But in this particular race, Saginaw wins, and number 8 comes in second. And I don't have the results charts to see what the odds were that number 8 is sent off at, but it pays 16.20 to place, so it may have gone off around 15 to 1, 17, something like that, maybe in that neighborhood. But the exacta pay is $153. And to me, I mean, Saginaw wasn't really bet down in the race as the favorite, but to me, that shows the betting opportunity that was there. Fairly simple to say, I'll take a 1/8 exacta and take a chance. Take a gamble there, a little bit of gamble, and see if they run 1-2, and they do. So it's like with that kind of a payoff, if you can win that bet 1 out of 10 times, you're in pretty good shape. So and you have a definite advantage on the betting public. That's what I'm trying to point out here, is the kind of betting advantage you might have if you're able to see that. And then go to the 23rd, if we follow Saginaw to the 23rd, which is his next race. And let me see, which damn horse is he in here? Second race. Oh yeah, second race. Okay. Saginaw is number 6 at 7 furlongs. This race is. Saginaw is number 6, and now Saginaw is the even money morning line favorite. But it's kind of hard to argue with that, looking at the abilities. The par for this race, and this is middle of the road, and 7 furlongs has a pretty big range, but the par is 150.90, and that's pretty much average. And here you see we've got Saginaw at 93 and 97 early speed, and again 97 early speed last is pretty quick compared to the par for this distance. The par is 90, but most of the horses in the race are a little bit better than 90, and 2 of them are very close to that par. And the thing about Saginaw is he's almost way down there in rating, really low. For 7 furlongs, you don't often see one in the 90s or even the 80s. But every now and then, and that's the erection of the quality of the horse, or the class of the horse, or class level, whatever you want to call it. And again, the ability of the horse. You know that this horse is has a very high ability for this distance, and the only thing you might question is that early speed. But with the other fast horses in the race, and this being a little higher class race, I would imagine, but you might get a feel for that, seeing that there are 4 horses in the 130s here. And again, the par is 150, and there's one horse close to par. But this is where you can see that you have the exceptions. You have the exceptionally good horses, quality-wise or ability-wise. Now, although Saginaw wins this race, and the 1-to-1 favorite, as you can see over here, he pays a 40 cents, so that gets bet down a little bit this time, and that's the typical handicapper reaction to a horse that won last time. You can't get a price next time, but anyway, you have a pretty good feel for that happening, since it is an exceptional ability, even in comparison with this field, which is a very good field. But again, you have these four horses that are virtually tied up and very similar. And number two is the 2-to-1 second choice, while a little better rating is number, that's 8-to-1. So you have the same situation. Simple pick, very fast horse, 6-to-1, same rating. So there again, the difference in odds, but you also can see the difference in speed, basically, and you usually find that 99 is a little bit overboard for 7 furlongs at that distance. But as you use Ability X ratings, you find this, and this should be a pleasant finding for most bettors, that finally the bastard distance of 7 furlongs will make sense, because you'll find that it is very much has a lot of commonality with a 1/16. Same type of numbers, same kind of pace, same type of early speed, does well at both distance, and 7 furlongs becomes much less of a bastard distance to analyze, and you have the same advantages with the ability ratings and the odds, and being on two completely different bases, and the advantage of being able to compare ability to the odds that are made according to past performances, which is pretty loose and arbitrary in comparison. And a lot of the things that make a good record in past performances have no impact at all, really, as far as I can see. And having all handicappers sold on the mythology of surface differences, track biases, and track variant just seems to help that much more, because you'll find with Ability X ratings after a while that this idea of track variant is totally incorrect. Yet most all horse bettors believe in it and assign it a lot of impact in their betting, and it's fabulous, really, that to find that it's just complete mythology. Guys are that far off everything, and a good example of that is, I guess, is a little bit of an example. If we take a look and see what came in second here and third, we'll get a little glimpse of what really is more important as far as the run of the horse, because number 4 was second in this race, and at 12-to-1, that made a fairly decent exacta here. I think it was $70-some. But number 5 is third, and that would kind of figure, because number 5 is the other one that's in here at close to par early speed, and that fast and slow is always coming together at the wire, and it's a very consistent thing, and again, very good to have that working in your favor. I guess we don't have the exacta here for this second rate. Uh, but I thought that I saw it somewhere for about 70 bucks. 5th, 6th. I had to kind of round up results, but I guess I didn't get that. So, but I do remember that number 4 was second, number 5 was third. So, kind of a trifecta that figures, and you'll find a lot of that also. And the next race I wanted to take a look at is, let me see here, I think it's some Breeders' Cup action I got down here somewhere. No, that's Calder yesterday, so that's not it. Or Calder today or something like that. Let me take a look at this. See what that one is. And that's not it either. Maybe I accidentally closed that thing somehow. Or maybe it's... Let me try. Okay. There it is. Now I think here, the accuracy of Ability X ratings was really demonstrated real well by the Breeders' Cup races, and it often is by the top classes of races. And I did write a blog on the Classic, where we had finally the first 0, which should be like perfect coming into the Breeders' Cup Classic. And Fort Larned ran that 0, but then we see also that the first, second, and third and fourth horses were the top 4 for low ratings, but also that number 11, Mucho Macho Man, ran the same figure as the winner of last year. And that was very interesting to see that same run in the 2 different races and the differences in them. And also we saw that the low numbers are definitely better and reflect ability. Wise Dan is a 9 and the simple pick for the Breeders' Cup Mile. In the Breeders' Cup Sprint, Trinneberg is a very low number and a very high early speed. 15 to 1. I don't know what these people are looking at, but it's it's great. 15 to 1. 29.40. Little Mike in the Breeders' Cup Turf. That run is. I would bet one of these 3. Number 9 is Dullahan. Number 6 is the same rating, very slow early speed last. That's typically what I would bet at 1.5 miles on the grass, but the grass at Santa Anita is very firm, and it's very fast in comparison to East Coast grass tracks. So Little Mike would figure to be able to go up front or be close to the front and have plenty of run in the back of that race, which he did, and he wins it $36.60. In this case, it isn't so much a matter of a low number. It's a matter of a number that reflects that the horse will have run at the end of the race, and that's exactly what this number reflects. This one and Dullahan and number 6. Number 8, a little more run in the last part of the race than these other ones. These other ones will run and maybe hang or fade back in the stretch, but and they might be able to run in on momentum, but they won't have much energy in the stretch. And it's great to have a number that can tell you that, and even have a reasonable measurement of it, how much energy the horse will have. The Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, again, we're able to do a comparison, and we have number 13, which is the second choice at 5-1 morning line, 217. 11 is 1 point better, and a couple points better, if I want to use that word, in early speed for this race, and it's 20-1. So you've got number 9 is the favorite, 223. You've got number 13, 217, 5-1, and then here's number 11, 216, and the type of early speed in the middle between fast and slower, the kind of early speed that would fit right into the distance, and 20-1 morning line. So that's clearly the better bet right there. And this is the thing about Ability X ratings that nobody seems to really be able to get a hold of, and that's fantastic too. If you have the possibility for being a big bettor and having this all to yourself to do your betting with against just about every other handicapper in the country, or I should say better, really, but better handicapper, whichever. If you were able to play with a clear, decided advantage against 500 other people, then you're in pretty good shape, and that's the way I look at it, and that's what I find. And then we have Churchill Downs from yesterday, and that race there that was, oh yeah, here, the $60 winner of the 7th race. Now, most forum handicappers just can't seem to latch on to these kind of payoffs on a regular basis and with any confidence. I mean, sure, sometimes they take shots, sometimes they're playing on angle, sometimes one rolls in, but if you talk to these people, they always tell you don't wait for long shots because they're far and few between. Well, maybe they're far and few between for people that are using form to make their betting decisions, but if you're using ability to make your betting decisions, they're like every day. And of course, long shots come in 25% of the time, or longer odds horses, or horses that are outside of the top 4 morning line, however you want to put it. I just say long shots, 25% on a daily basis. So I don't know what the hell the forum handicappers are talking about, but it's like wonderful to bet against these people with ability up your sleeve. And, it's just fabulous. I mean, it's like if for a contest player or a rebate player to have this and be able to bet against everybody else, I mean, it would be just tremendous. And all you've got to do is understand that is the horse's ability, and it just common sense from there. Common sense, and if you can win half of the bets that you make, you're going to have prices like this. And what makes it so obvious again? Number 3 is the 3-1 second choice. Number 1 is the simple pick, 2-1, 101 early speed on the last race, which is a little bit over the top, at least to expect that the horse will come back fresh as a daisy and ready to go today. It happens, but it's actually a low percentage. Usually this kind of early speed, a little bit over the top in the last race, means the horse is going to go on vacation for a little while. As far as running with that kind of speed again, usually it doesn't happen in the next race. Sometimes it does. But the number 3 at 3-1 second choice is 2 points higher than number 9. Number 9 is 12-1 morning line. Number 9 is slow early speed last, and that is a trainer angle that handicappers seem to be completely blind to, let's see how the horse runs, how he's running today, and see if we can send him in the next race. But let's see how he's running today with this class at this distance, and you know, uh, we're not gonna really bust him out of the gate at full tilt boogie. Uh, it's very common, and also when the horse doesn't go hell for leather early, you got a speed rating that isn't very high. So again, the standard is speed ratings. Speed ratings and time are skewed, uh, and trainers know it. Most of them do, apparently, because this is a very popular training move. Uh, this is why the key horse wins 20% of the time, and all it is the lowest rating on the bottom half of the chart. So it's a stab in the dark, or maybe the semi-light, but it's just a stab. Here, let's just take that one, and that horse wins 20%. Usually, and it's just a reasoned out stab. It's an attempt to find that horse that went easy early last time, just to see how it runs through the stretch today and how it moves, and let's get the thing lined up in the binoculars and really take a look at the horse, and is he ready to send out for a win? Oh, he is. Well, okay, all right. Next one, we're going for a win if everything stays good. And it's like, it's right there. You can see it. It's every day. That is an everyday occurrence. But the handicappers, the speed rating followers, and these people that buy into this mythology, just general mythology of speed, they can't see it at all. And there it is, a $60 winner. And that particular evidence is and means that handicapping just doesn't do the job. Handicapping just doesn't do for you what you're looking to have it do for you. It's a 30% thing. You're going to win about 3 races out of 10, maybe 4. Maybe you can play some this angle and that angle. Maybe you can figure out, hey, this angle works in this kind of race, and that angle works in that kind of race. But maybe you can get it up to 50%. But that's about it. I mean, you're still just taking educated guesses based on ideas that aren't really backed up by reality or fact on a daily basis. And with Ability X ratings, you're betting on the horse's ability. The number one constant, the number one consistent thing in horse racing. And if you are in you have a deal where you have this as a betting tool, and your main betting tool, and 6,000 other bettors don't, 10,000 other bettors don't, it's a slam dunk advantage. I mean, it's like, I don't know, I guess it'd be like being psychic. It's just a tremendous advantage. It would be like, betting against total beginners every day that don't know anything, don't know which end the oats go in, or anything, or why the horses get in a gate, or nothing. So this is the thing, and that's what I'm offering is a complete understanding of horse racing that the other bettors don't have a good glimpse of, and they even insist it can't be. They sit every day and see the results. They sit every day and see the evidence. If handicapping were the way and the light, why do you still have $60 winners every day? Why are 20-to-1 horses winning the Kentucky Derby? Why do you have 15 and 20-to-1 shots and 10-to-1 shots winning the Breeders' Cup? Half the card. Why? Because handicapping is that limited. So why limit yourself? In the same way, the competition is limiting themselves? This is my question. Of course, you know, uh, I'm still looking for an answer to it, but this is what I'm asking is, I'm tired of trying to convince people that just refuse to believe that they're working with limited stuff and could be working with much better stuff. And as you do, you learn more and more, and you learn better ways to use it. And I'm not talking just about win, place, and show. We're looking at all the pick bets. We're looking at superfectas, trifectas, everything. It's absolutely amazing. Most of the time, I can get the 5 contenders for the pick bets and win 100% on the card. Wednesday, I put out public the Rolling Sin contenders for the Aqueduct carryover on that pick 6, and I did that on purpose. I first put out the word that I was going to do that Tuesday night, and I lost one race on that card. The second race, and I believe it was a $142 winner. That was the only loss on a card for those 5 contenders. And I think I made a video on how I came up with the 5 contenders even also. And the funniest thing is the first 3 of those 5 contenders are the morning line favorite, second choice, and third choice, which win about 67 to 70% of the races on a daily basis. But I find most bettors of horse racing don't even know that much, and they don't even believe it when you tell them. So, and now I just want to bet against these people. I'm tired of trying to educate them. I'm tired of trying to explain to them anything. And I just want to bet against them. Now, my question to you is, is there some way I could get you fired up, for the same thing? Because it's like me and you could be, a very small little crowd betting against this huge multitude of people that are working with a poor concept of speed and everything else involved in horse race, and they don't understand that they don't understand and know the horse's ability, and you can't hold their head down and make them drink any of that either. So it's like, that's all I want to do is bet against these people, because it's just if there's some way it could be an opportunity for everybody involved, I'd love to get together with you and make it so, because you're probably in a position where you can take advantage of a lot better than I can of all the opportunities that are presented. So that's why I'm putting this little thing together here and throwing it your way. So, let me hear something, and let me know, because there is, example-wise, I have 5 years of this on my computer, from tracks all over the country, and it's the same, and that just opens the door to the other little thing about AbilityX ratings. Is AbilityX ratings points out over all those years that this par comes. I have that par because I find that the winning run it's not all up and down, change different all the time. It's around this here for every distance, every class. It's that winning runs about like this, over and over and over and over and over. So if it just, whatever time it took to get that through, a person could just bet on that winning run. Is that winning run in this race? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll bet on it. And again, I have winners for years that go from $4 to $130, the whole range of odds. So you're on the basis on which the races are won, and everybody else is on this basis of form and speed ratings and time. And so this is my point. But anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you then. And hopefully, you want me to put together some more examples for you. That's easy enough to do. Thanks a lot.